What's going on, collectors? Welcome into Ross Loves Cards. I wasn't going to post a video this week. I was sick at the first part of this week, and I didn't really feel like preparing or doing anything. I've got a video I'm planning on doing. I guess it's going to be next week I come out with it. Got some gifts in and want to share them. But the reason I went ahead and going to make this video today is after I got off work, I got home, let the boy play some basketball out in the driveway, and I done some coaching. But get home, get in here, get on Facebook, and it pulls up a memory from 10 years ago today. 10 years ago today, me and my wife went to the ALCS. Game 2, the Royals versus the Blue Jays. I think we paid something like $250 for 2 tickets. Now, I know that's probably cheap to today's standard, but it was high enough that I told my dad we was going, but I never did tell him how much we paid for tickets, and he never asked. You know, he known he didn't want to get upset about how much I'd spend to go to a game like that. But anyways, we get the tickets. We get up there. We go to Rally House down across the interstate. We go to Rally House. My wife gets a blue hoodie. Getting ready for Blue October up there. So we get us a blue hoodie. I may have bought a new hat. And she got some of them face stickers, you know, that got Royals on it or KC on it. And as a joke, I put a sticker on mine and had Abby take a picture and post it on Facebook. And people wasn't giving me a hard time, or people didn't know I was joking. They actually thought I was going to put a face sticker on and walk in. Nothing. If you wore face stickers and went into a game, good for you. It's just not me. But apparently people couldn't take a joke, but anyways, that's besides the point. So we got there. We was ready to go in. Got there. A Chinook helicopter was landing or taking off. I can't remember. But as we was walking up there, blue everywhere. Everybody there, was Royals fans. Wasn't a whole lot of people from Toronto or Toronto fans in the Kansas City area. So we're going in, you know, people's happy, people's high-fiving. By the way, we was on like the third deck for our tickets. It wasn't like we had, you know, just behind the dugout. We was maybe, I was going to say just behind the dugout, but like 3 tiers, you know, we was on the top deck. And anyways, we get up there, and I tell you what, this picture we took, I just love this sea of blue. You know, you look around the whole stadium, you've just got blue all the way around. I love the Royal Stadium, how they got the fountain and the scoreboard now. Don't like it as good as it used to, but they didn't ask me when they done the renovations or upgrades. But we get up there. Game's getting started, and this one guy comes in, sits behind me, his woman's with him. And they seemed all right. End of the first inning, you know, the guy was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit, maybe kicking my chair a little bit. Every time I'd stand up, I could hear his woman gasp or like sigh, like, he's up and away again. You know, went on to the next one. He maybe bumped into me again, maybe spilled a drink or something. He may have not liked something I said about a play that happened, maybe disagreed with me. 5th inning come around. By the way, we're losing. And me and this guy, we're just not getting along. I don't know if we've said one word to each other, but we was the point we was about saying words about each other. And this might have been all made up in my head. This guy may have not even known I was there, but I think he did. So we, 7th inning, top of the 7th, we're down 3-0. Me and this guy, we're fixing to go at it. You know, just one more thing and it's going to pop off. And I think that's a horrible way to be, but that's just how it's going. My Royals was losing the game. You know, wife's upset they're losing. I'm upset they're losing. And got this guy behind me that's upset I'm in front of him, and I'm upset he's behind me. And anyways, the Royals, they start getting a run or two. And this picture is taken And it is in the 7th inning. The score is tied 3-3. And our favorite player, Salvador Perez, comes up to bat. I guess I should say my favorite batter on the team. My favorite player was Ventura, the pitcher that passed away. But anyways, I'm going to talk about him in another episode. But Salvador Perez, Golden Glove catcher that year, I believe. I think Silver Slugger. I may be making that up. But I'm sure everybody knows who Salvador Perez is. He's up at bat and his picture's taken. It's a full count with the game tied. Guess what happens? He struck out looking. But that's okay. We went ahead and we scored two more runs that inning. So we was up 5-3. Then in the 8th, we scored a run. Then we had Wade Davis coming out to the mound, top of the 9th. At this point in time, me and this guy behind me, we're high-fiving, cheering on Wade Davis. We know this is over since he's coming out. See something like, hey, man, did you see that? Yeah, we was like calling each other man and buddy and everything at that point in time. And at the close of the game, we're all jumping up, cheering, I think I hugged his woman and he hugged mine, we was high-fiving. You'd have thought we'd have went to that game together. We were such good buddies. And it's just amazing how baseball just, one inning can change you from being fighting mad to making a new best friend. Now, me and this guy, we didn't exchange phone numbers. And, we didn't go fishing the next week together or anything. But it just amazed me how much better a time it is winning than it is losing. Now, if we'd have kept losing, I would have tried to restrain myself. Hopefully I wouldn't have got into a fist fight there. But at the point in time, it wouldn't have took much to get me to going. But just a matter of a half an inning, made a world of difference. But this game, this picture, it usually is right up here. It has been the absolute best game that I have ever attended. The comeback, just the crowd, the experience, being a big game, the ALCS game too. A big comeback for the Royals. What's neat is my best friend actually was in Houston working when they was playing the Astros. The series before, the best of 5. They was down, I wrote it down here in case I brought that up. They was down 6-2 going into the 8th against the Astros. Okay, I've wrote that down wrong. I think they was down 6-2 going into the 8th, and they wound up winning it 6-9. But there was a big comeback, and he was actually at that game, Game 4 comeback. And I was at the big comeback in this game. Now, neither one of us went to the World Series, but it was just neat, me and him having that connection. He's driving back, and he was texting me, and I was talking to him about, that's awesome comeback. He said, I think it's great we've both seen comebacks this year in the postseason. But I remember when we was leaving that parking lot, I think there was 40,000 people there. I'm not saying 40,000 cars, but I think that's what attendance was, over 40,000. And you know how it is leaving a baseball game. We get in our car and we start pulling down this row. And this guy's over here pointing people this way and pointing people this way and waving at them to go this way. And I thought, what in the world's he doing? People's going this way. It just looks. Look, the guy's got a beer in his other hand. He's just out flagging people, seeing if he can get them to go places. I don't know how long it took for people to figure it out, but anyways, so that was a memorable time. We did get to see Rex Hudler doing the post games. We was walking out. But just awesome game. Something I never would have thought I'd seen, or I may never see a game as good as that again. Just feeling that comeback and, feeling the attitude of the whole crowd. It wasn't just me and this guy behind me. Everybody was in a bad mood. It was just like, man, we've done so good and we're just doing horrible today. But that changed, and so did everybody else's attitude. great game, great experience, and I just wanted to share it since it's been 10 years ago today. Just tells me, we need to get out and get to more games because it's going to be 10 years from today before we know it. But I hope y'all enjoyed listening to me ramble, and I hope y'all tune in for the next one. Thanks.